Media friends, good afternoon. Welcome to the regular press conference of MOFCOM. We do not have information to disclose to you at this moment, and now the floor is directly open to questions. I'm with CMG. Premier Merkel of Germany will be visiting China from the September the 9th, 6th to the 9th, and can brief us on the situation. Germany is an important trading partner of China, and right now the bilateral trade relations has come to a crucial stage, and the bilateral trade is developing in a steady manner, and the total volume, trade volume, is up by 9.4%, reaching 183.9 billion USD, and we are the biggest trading partner with Germany for the third consecutive years, and we are also a favorable destination for investment of German enterprises. Since this year, our trade relations continue to develop in a very fast track. The bilateral relations and trade and investment has been growing steadily. From in the first half of this year, the total trading volume has reached about 100 billion USD, is up by 7%, and the investment is up by 62% year on year, and the total increase of volume is up by 27.6%, reaching 1 billion USD. And this co-construction of Belt and Road has seen effect. Siemens and Voith and other German companies have been working with Chinese enterprises in third markets, and they've also been participating in the import exhibition of China, and the numbers of German enterprises has been ranking the first among all European nations. The German enterprises has always been an important participant of China's reform and opening up process, and they are active participator of the new round of reform and opening up. For example, the BASF Corporation will be investing around 10 billion USD to establish a manufacturing base, and the Alien Group will be also setting up a foreign founded insurance company in China, and other German enterprises are also increasing their efforts in expansion in China. So we always have been an important participant in the global free trade market, and the defender of free trade relations. And we have a lot of mutual interest in many fields, including environment protection and climate change, in digital economy, new energy cars, AI, environment protection, and third market cooperation. And we have a huge potential in all of these fields mentioned. This time, when Ms. Merkel visiting China, we will be holding conferences with Chancellor Merkel, and the Economic Board of China will be also holding the 6th CEO Roundtable meeting to discuss how to deepen our bilateral cooperation with Germany. We are willing to work with our German counterparts to strengthen and deepen our cooperation, create platforms, and push forward this pragmatic cooperation with Germany. Thank you. And with Economic Daily, the Minister of Commerce have just realized this list for supporting this pilot projects in 215 counties in terms of the economic policies. Can you tell us more about that? And this promotion of e-commerce in rural areas has been an important part for rural rejuvenation. And we have reaching more coverage because the policy is now supporting a wider range, including 863 impoverished counties nationwide. And we, for the first time, has proposed this whole district promotion, and MOFCOM has been working in many fields, including enterprise support, information disclosure, and for the counties who have already reached national aid, we have once again include them in this project in order to consolidate the achievement that we've made and upgrade the system, the actors, and the activities of these fields. And the State Council has also made clear that it's important to develop e-commerce in rural areas, especially in the 10 impoverished key counties. Since 2014, MOFCOM has been working with the Ministry of Finance and the Poverty Alleviation Office of the State Council to carry out pilot projects in these impoverished regions in order to promote e-commerce service, logistics, and educational projects in order to create a better market environment. So far, we have altogether supported 1,231 counties promoting the development of rural e-commerce, especially in impoverished nations. They start from zero to hero and grow from none to the current scale. In the first half of 2019, the total sales volume reached 109 billion USD, and that's up by 29%. Which is faster than the average economic growth rate by about 7 percentage point. And the sales of farmers' product is also up by about 33%, reaching 17 billion USD. And currently, we have more than 1,020 e-commerce entities online. Also, in the next step, we will continue to optimize the top structure and facilitate public services and logistics for the e-commerce in rural areas, and also increase the information sharing mechanisms and promote this kind of co-delivery in rural areas, improve the integrity of resources and efficiency of logistics, and strengthen the education and promotion training in the rural areas so that the e-commerce can be small but beautiful and also of high quality. And this is a part of the poverty alleviation effort, and e-commerce in rural area has to be maintaining a high speed and high quality development. With HK South China Morning Post, and we heard that the trade negotiation team leaders has been conducting phone conferences this morning, and more negotiations will be coming up next. Does that mean that the two sides will be working to make concessions? And in the next round, what are your expectations for this round of talks? And any progress that has been already made so far that has led to this phone conversation between the two leaders, and who participated in this phone conference? Thank you for the question. The two working groups will be holding the 13th round of China-U.S. high-level economic and trade consultation. And for the specific personnel and information about this trade talk, if we have the latest information, we'll be disclosing them in a timely manner. But we will surely be doing very careful preparation. And in the 13th round of trade talks, we are aiming at a pragmatic progress. And so far, I'm not in a very good position to talk about more details at this stage. With Bloomberg.
Was that a point of discussion in the call today? Did China request those tariffs be suspended to have talks, and what was the U.S. response to that? And also, do you have any more details about the talks specifically? When will they be held? And the previous question was, who is going from China's side?
是彭博社，我们的记者是，我们的问题是，这次10月份的讨论有没有就10月份的会谈有没有具体的时间？然后既然双方已经开始决定要进行会晤，是否会让美方是否会推迟10月1号即将生效的关税？
谢谢你的提问。关于你提到的这个问题，中方坚决反对贸易战升级，这不利于中国，不利于美国，也不利于全世界。
Thank you for the question. China is against any kinds of escalation of the trade tension. This is not beneficial for China, for the U.S., or the world. I believe that you have noticed that in today's conversation, the two sides both agreed that we should work towards concrete actions to lay a solid foundation for the trade talk of the next round. About the specific details, if we have the latest information, we will be disclosing them in a timely manner. Thank you.
中国讨论华为被纳入美国黑名单，这是否对中美贸易谈判达成协议有负面影响？然后第二个问题就是，据运营人士透露，特朗普对中方加关税很生气，本想把新一轮关税增加2倍，让后来减少。请问商务对有什么评论？谢谢。
谢谢你的提问。关于你提到的第一个问题，我们注意到有关的报道，关于华为等中国企业被列入美国出口管制。
Thank you for that question. The first question. We have noticed these reports. Chinese enterprises such as Huawei has been blacklisted by the U.S. trade authorities, and for that we have a very clear stand. We hope that the U.S. can stop their actions to limit the development of Chinese enterprises in the U.S. in the name of national sovereignty. For the second question, I do not use source of information, and I cannot tell if that's correct or incorrect. But I want to stress that the trade war is bad for China, for the U.S., or the world, and China is against any kinds of escalation of such trade tensions. With Phoenix TV, I also want to ask about the imposition of tariff, and you have expressed that that the MOFCOM wanted the U.S. part to cancel the imposition of such tariff. So will that be the topic of the next round of discussion? Thank you for the question. The trade working groups of the two sides have been communicating very effectively. This morning, the team leaders have a very good phone conversation and have specified the timetable for the next round of talks. Both sides agreed that we need to work towards to take concrete actions to lay solid foundation for the next round of talks. With HKTV, we heard from your news release that you are fully prepared for this round of a negotiation. Does that mean that China will withdraw the complaint that you have filed to WTO?
第一批加征15%关税措施正式实施。中方于9月2日
If I'm understanding correctly, you're talking about this litigation case in the WTO on the imposition of the $300 billion worth of goods that is imposed on China. So far, we did not withdraw such a complaint. I want to emphasize that the imposition of the tariff is a serious violation of the WTO rules, and it is a totally justified action for China to defend its own rights by filing this complaint, and also our measure to protect the multilateral trade system. With Hong Kong Commerce Television, so President Trump have been talking about trade issues alongside with the Hong Kong issue. So did you touch upon this issue this morning? Thanks for the question. The other information, I do not have other information about today's phone talk so far. With the Hong Kong news report, and the price of pork in the domestic market is still increasing, and will not see a decrease of such price until next year. So will the import of pork from the U.S. be touched upon in the next round of talk? You're talking about specific information about the trade talks. If we have more updates, so we will be disclosing them in a timely fashion. With French press, according to reports that China will be working with Iran to help developing its petroleum industry. Can you confirm that? This is the first time I've heard of it. Yesterday, our spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs also have responded to it. If you want to know more information, I suggest that you check with the enterprises related to it. Thanks. And with Economic Daily, the one of the spokesperson of e-commerce have mentioned about relative policies to promote the development of automobile industries. This is specific measures to one manufacturer industry. Can you tell us more about your policies in this regard? Currently, we are still at the stage of soliciting opinions of the industries and the enterprises, and we are working with relevant departments to work on policies to support the high-quality development of automobile trade. With Shanghai Security News, global founder of the U.S. has filed 2 applications based on the 337 section to the USTR. So what are your comments on that? Thanks for the question. We have noticed such case. According to the information available, the applicant of such cases have filed complaints against 21 enterprises and companies worldwide on IPR violation charges, including 4 companies in the mainland, 4 from Chinese Taiwan, and 13 from the U.S. And so far, this case is still at the filing stage and is undergoing some investigation. We hope that the relevant department authorities can conduct this investigation in a fair and just manner to address the IPR frictions between these multiple sides.
谢谢你的提问。刚才我已经
According to original plan, the China and U.S. was scheduled to hold a meeting earlier this month, but why is this talk postponed till October?
以便为高
I've already said that the teams has been conducting effective communications, and the working groups will be having negotiation in mid-September to lay solid foundation and do preparation for the 13th round of official talk.
香港大班面包西饼公司创始人之子郭永维在社交媒体上接连发文，公开支持乱港的暴徒。那么我们也发现，目前淘宝、京东等网购平台已经将其品牌的产品全部下架。请问商务部对于这样的民间企业反制是否支持？
Mr. Guo Yongwei, one of the founder of Hong Kong HK Cakery Company, have issued an announcement to support the riots in Hong Kong. And what is your take on that? I do not have information on the question that you have asked. Any more questions? If no question, that's the end for today's news conference. Thank you.